Hey everybody, welcome back to Bones and Brews. So today we are going to make pork belly burnt ends. I don't know about you guys, but I love the point of brisket and making those burnt ends from brisket. It tastes so sweet and you can make them so they melt in your mouth. Today we're going to try to do the same with some pork belly. So I was able to get myself about an 8-pound pork belly at Costco, and we're going to give it a try today. So I've already trimmed some of the fat and made sure that skin was off the top, and I went ahead and scored that fat on the bottom just a little bit, so we can go right into our next step. So what we'll do is I'm going to slice it into strips about 1.5 inches long, and I'm going to come back and come the other way. So I'm basically trying to make 1.5 inches to maybe 2-inch cubes. Really just have to eyeball it, to be honest. I'm not measuring it, so we're going to start doing that. And then what we'll do is, once we get it cubed, we are going to, we'll put them in an aluminum pan. I'm going to grab some rub. We're going to toss them around that rub nice and thick. I want it all the way around that rub, and I'm going to let it sit for about 15 minutes. And then after that, we'll throw it on the smoker. So I'm going to take a moment here, and I am going to finish cutting up and cubing this pork belly so we can go right into the next step. All right, so once you have your pork belly cubed up and you're ready to toss it in a dry rub and then let it sit for about 15 minutes before you throw it in the smoker, I've chosen today Code 3 Spices, their backdraft rub. It has a little more heat because that's what I prefer. You're free to use a sweeter rub, just really your favorite rub you put on pork, throw it on the pork belly, you'll be 100% okay. And then what we're gonna do later in our process today for our cook is, because I had about an 8-pound pork belly and I cubed it all up, is we're gonna take half of it and on the back end, and we're going to do more of a sweeter sauce, toss it in that, put it back on the smoker. And then for the other half, I've got some leftover apricot chipotle glaze that I had made for some ribs. So I'm gonna toss that on the other half. So we do kind of two different versions of pork belly burnt ends this evening. So can't wait to see how it turns out. All right, so we've got all of our pork belly cubed up. I've got it on a rack. I have it in this pan just so I can keep it in one location here, and I'm gonna grab the rack here in a minute, put it on the smoker. The smoker is ready to go right at temp. And I've also made up myself a little mixture of apple juice and apple cider vinegar that I'm gonna come back and spritz it with for a little while. What I'm gonna do is, so when I place this fat side up on the smoker, and then I'm really trying to get it up to temp to about 195, between 195 and 200, and then I'm gonna pull it off, and we're gonna toss it in some sauce and things and throw it back a little bit longer. But for now, let's get these bad boys on the smoker. We'll come back and check them later. All right, you can see that the pork belly is on the smoker now, covered heavily in that Code 3 Spices backdraft rub that I put on all those pieces, fat side up. And we're gonna let this bad boy cook for a while till it hits about 195 temp. We'll open the lid every once in a while just to spritz it with that apple juice and apple cider vinegar mixture. All right, so we've got our burnt ends off of the smoker. They're right at temperature, right where I wanted them. I was probing them, and you could just feel when the probe went in, nice and soft. I was using my lava pin, the javelin pin, and as soon as it touched that meat, it was so soft it went right in. I really didn't even look at the temp, or didn't need to, but I did, and it was perfect, trust me. So now what we're gonna do is, so we're gonna put them back on the smoker in a minute, but we're gonna put a little sauce on them first and let them kind of finish off for about 30 minutes. So on one pan, I'm going to use some of my spicy apricot glaze I've made before for pork ribs. And the other one, I'm going to use more of a sweet sauce, just a Sweet Baby Ray's. One pan will be for my kids because that's the way they'll like them. This one's going to be a little more heat, the way the adults will like them. So we're going to try a little bit of both. So, and I had my glaze on the smoker warming up because I had pulled it right out of the refrigerator. And you really don't want to overcoat it. You just want to have a light coating over there of your sauce. All right. And then I'm going to get this one going as well with the Sweet Baby Ray's. Okay, you don't want these burnt ends to be bathing in sauce. All right. All right. So I'm going to kind of toss those just a little bit in the sauce. Do the same with this spicy apricot glaze grouping here. All right. Make sure I got them all nice and coated. Looks like this pan could use a little bit more Sweet Baby Ray's. Right. And then what I will do is, for both pans, I've got a little bit of brown sugar. Put it in my, and all I'm going to do is lightly sprinkle on some brown sugar across the top of those. That's going to give it a nice shine as well, coming off that smoker. All right, so I'm gonna put these two pans on the smoker. Like I said, probably take about 30 minutes. I might leave them a little longer, but let's throw them on and we'll come back and check. All right, so I just pulled the pork belly off the smoker. I let it sit on there about 45 minutes with the sauces on there. So I had this one with the spicy apricot glaze, this one over here with the Sweet Baby Ray's. I've let them sit here and cool for about 5 to 10 minutes. And so I've pulled off a piece of the spicy apricot because I prefer a nice spicy piece. And I'm gonna, just melts in your mouth. That is delicious. Oh my gosh. Oh man. I have a feeling my kids are gonna love the Sweet Baby Ray's side because it, without that heat that we have in the spicy apricot over here. So I've got 2 plates in front of me here, and I'm gonna start plating them up and take them inside, and we can enjoy them with the family. And it's a great evening here in St. Louis, Saturday night. Got some cornhole going in the yard. We'll get that going. We're gonna get the fire pit going, get some s'mores going, but this is a great kickoff to the evening. So if you have any questions about how we made these pork belly burnt ends, make sure you check the description. The recipe will be there. Plus, if you go back in one of the previous episodes about the spicy apricot glaze, if you want to use that on your pork belly, go right ahead. Or any sauce you like I use the Sweet Baby Ray's. So, got a little heat in my mouth because I was using that spicy apricot plus that backdraft rub that we used originally to start with on there. So there's a lot of heat on this pan right here. So I'm going to finish this off with a beer this evening. So from Modern Brewing here in St. Louis, they've been doing this whole Oops series. So it's like a single IPA series with one hop, different versions. So this one is Oops All Cashmere so they're using a cashmere hop here. So, and I'll be honest, I've tried some of them. I've never tried this one here, so this really is truly a first for me. But Modern never goes wrong, so I really love the stuff they do there. If you're in the St. Louis area, go by on like a Thursday, Friday, Saturday. They're doing pickup right now and grab some beers. Oh, that's really smooth. Really, I like the complexity of that. Even though it's a single hop, that's a really different taste that I actually enjoy. Man, I'm gonna have to finish the rest of this. So, like every episode of Bones and Brews, please like us, share us, subscribe to the channel. Hopefully you enjoyed today's pork belly episode. We'll see you again on Bones and Brews.